I'll go ahead and start with the mill file, give you a feel for how that's used. And one thing I will do before using a file like that, just for safety and safety first, is to tape one of these, just simply tape one of these stainless fingerboard guards right here on the corner. And I'll show you why in just a second. So the idea is to take your file, find that area that it's curved at, and if it is, I mean, if you got a flat file, then you're consider yourself lucky. But in this case, I'm noticing a very slight curve, and I want that going away from the neck. And on this particular neck rest, so it's a little worn, so the neck sits a little deeper into it. So I'll just put it up on the side of it, and I will hold it at that 35-degree angle. And you can actually feel it really kind of snagging against the fret wire. Now here's why I will run the fret guard, and you can probably guess. It's just, if you run the file too low, you're going to run into the body, and you'd rather have a piece of stainless there protecting it than to actually run into the binding or the wood. And the other thing you want to be careful of when using a file like this is to not run it so high that you eventually skate across the fret tops by letting it ride up and over them. So it's kind of a balancing act. You run the front end a little down, and you run the rear end a little high to where you come up over the body here. So it looks something like this. And you can definitely feel it cutting and grabbing the frets, but there will be a point when that stops, and all of a sudden it'll feel like you've gone across ice. And what that means is that it's done cutting the fret, and it's all of a sudden hit the binding, and the binding is really slippery in comparison. And you can actually hear a change too. As it stops cutting the frets, all of a sudden it goes quiet. Or quieter. So you can occasionally see there, all of a sudden it went quieter and a lot smoother. But occasionally go under and check and see just how much of a flat you're getting in the edges. Just barely starting to hit the corner of the binding here.